Okay, just wanted to show you a few things that are in the newsletter there. And one of the things that we're most proud of is our new clear acrylic lock. And now this is a molded acrylic shell. Unlike other locks that you'll see out there that come in this acrylic case, those are from an extruded tube that's cut into sections. This one, because it's molded, we can give it a bit more shape. So that's how you get the curved bottom, curved edges. The top you can do like that on an extrusion, but it gives it overall a nice solid look and a nice feel. Comes in 3 different options. This actually happens to be spool pins that I have in my hand here. Spool pins, it's shaped like little Roman columns, and they kind of canter and lever inside the lock, making it more difficult to open. So that's a type of security pin. Standard pin, that is where you would start off with. Nothing special about them. They are just kind of straight tubes that sit down there. But with the acrylic lock, you can see the top pin, the bottom pin, you can see it hitting the shear line, and you can see the springs in the top. The final version we have is serrated pins. Again, those have little kind of cuts in the bottom of them, and those like to catch on the shear line, making your life a little bit more difficult. Actually, quite a bit more difficult. If it kind of went in terms of which to go with, standard would be the easiest, then would come spool, but it would be quite a bit of a jump to go from a spool to a serrated, but still a very nice, enjoyable pick to open those up. So we now have clear acrylic locks, and we also have brass cutaways. So which one do you go with if you're looking to make a decision? Really depends on your style of learning. I'll give you a few tips on them. So clear acrylic lock, one of the things that is important, if you're a left-handed user, that's the lock for you, because our cutaways only come in right-handed form, and that window would be cut on the wrong side for you, unfortunately. The other is if vision is not your strong suit, seeing the brass pins in a cutaway lock is easier than seeing the brass pins sitting inside a brass case. That difference will make quite a bit, will make it a lot more visible for you when picking. So if vision isn't your strong suit, clear lock. Now, what about brass? Brass locks tend to actually pick a lot more like the real thing because they're that much closer to it. There is a slight difference in picking these to picking a real one. It's minor, but it is there. And what happens is the acrylic shell seems to deaden the feel a little bit compared to metal pin on metal shell, but still, very close to learning. You will be able to learn if you use one of these to going over to regular locks. It's not going to be so dramatic that you suddenly don't know how to open a lock after you've tried practicing with one of these. Also, if you're an instructor, students can view it from multiple angles, makes it a lot easier. Also, hey, fun to look at. Then, the other thing in the newsletter is the Vorax Multicam Case and a 3D rubber logo. I'd have to bring it in close, but actually you can see how it has depth to it now compared to our older style where it was silk screened on. And the pick that probably everybody wants to see, the Sandman. Let's get a zoom in on it. Works a lot like a snake rake. There is the dragon engraving of the Sandman. And actually what I found when I was going through some stuff today is one of our original cases, so you can see how we've kind of come quite a ways. If you compare, this is the original Sherman case that the Whizwazzle went out in to what is now the Vorax. There we go. Thank you for your support. Stay safe, stay legal. The Sandman, the Vorax, and our new clear acrylic lock by Sparrows.